Welcome to Conversations with Kay. This video is just my opinions and should not be construed as facts. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of an update video for the Creepshow video I did last night. And then the rest will be about Katie Joy jumping in like we all knew that she would. She is on a reign of terror. No doubt. She's posting on Twitter, her Instagram, I'm sure it's on Facebook, but I didn't look. Exactly what we knew she would do. First of all, Creepshow took down her Instagram, but before she did, she made this post. I'm going to read it because it's pretty hard to read. When I say I'm handling this legally, I mean I'm handling this legally. I am most likely not going to post until I can prove without a shadow of a doubt that what occurred was not my doing. So I guess this is goodbye until then. For those asking if I'm okay, no, I'm not. Everyone close to me is now confused as to what my moral character is. I've seen posts from people I've supported in dark-ass times saying I always knew something was wrong with her. And I'm realizing more and more a lot of what I thought were friendships were not. Shit like this can fundamentally changes you, and I am going to deal with this by myself. See you soon. So in this statement, she's really doubling down that she did not do this and that she will take legal action. Like I said before, if she has proof that she didn't do this, she should absolutely sue. I don't normally recommend that, but in this case, I absolutely would because this has been devastating to her channel. So, yeah. But the odd thing is, it's like her words say one thing and her actions show another. Because if I was accused of this but I hadn't done it, I would not leave. No, I would not. I would stand my ground and stand in my truth. That's what I would do. I also want to clear up a couple things I said in the last video that upset people. I never meant to upset anybody. A lot of people were upset about my comments about her using the I can't even talk now, community to get subs by claiming she was pan or bi. I'm sorry if that upset anybody. It's just that I have seen other creators do this. I've seen other people in real life do this. To me, if you're making homophobic slurs and saying horrible things on other websites, even anonymously, then in my mind, you couldn't be a part of that community and say such horrible things. I have since been corrected that this happens a lot. So I apologize for that. I did not know that many people in the community are actually homophobic. So I didn't know. So thank you for telling me. And I just wanted to address that so people weren't upset. I also wanted to address the amount of money I talked about. I don't know why people are so stuck on the money. I have no doubt that there was months she made 20 grand. That's just my opinion, okay? I think she did, and I think she actually referred to it at one time when she was putting down another creator. So I don't have the time to go find it. I just don't have that kind of time. But it's not unreasonable that she could have made that much money in a month. I don't know why people think it is. She's got the views. We don't know really which ones are monetized and which ones aren't. And making money is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. The only reason I brought up money was to show that making money and YouTube fame and all that can go to a person's head and it can make them do things they normally wouldn't do. So I think people got so caught up on that money amount. Also, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe she wanted people to think she wasn't making any money because it fits in with the whole persona. It just does. I know what I make and my views and my subs compared to her are tiny. Tiny. And I know what I make. So no, I don't believe that Shannon wasn't making any money. I just don't. But it's just my opinion. So now we'll just move on and get to Katie Joy. What a mess. This really triggered her because she is posting nonstop everywhere. And even one of her guard dogs, Zag, told her she maybe needed to pull back a little bit and stop. So you know it's bad when Zag gets involved. So this tweet of hers is once again saying she never doxed Creepshow and wondering if she bought her subs because Creepshow accused her of that a lot. So then you got Zag saying, don't go there with subs. Just invites people to play the, oh yeah, you did that, you did this game, who cares? Zag is like the only voice of reason in Katie's comments. And that's just the truth. She does occasionally try to set her straight. The thing that gets me, though, is this, Katie going off on this tirade like she's never done anything wrong and she's just perfect and everything has just always been a lie, which is not true, and we all know that. And in my opinion, she did dox Shannon. That's just my opinion, Katie. So it doesn't make it right, Katie Joy. No matter what Shannon did, it doesn't make the wrong things you did okay. That's not how the world works. No, it sure isn't. And you would think with Katie, her channel's doing well right now and she's riding the Duggar fame train. You'd think she'd just kind of maybe make one tweet about it. I could kind of see because her and Shannon did get into it pretty good. But not all of these posts. Somebody else said she did a whole Instagram live about it last night. If I was her, I would just kind of ignore it and let it go and keep, doing the Duggar fame train. That's where her money is. I wouldn't be bringing up all this old stuff and rehashing all that and talking about the doxing. And, of course, that's just me. That's just how I feel. But I knew Katie would just be jumping for joy when this story was breaking. Honestly, it just surprised me that it took her as long as it did to figure it out. Apparently, she didn't hear about it till later last night. Probably because she has the entire world blocked on Twitter, so she can't really see what's going on. I just hated to see it. I hated to see her gloating over this. Yeah, and back to Shannon, I never want to see anybody do bad. I have empathy for everyone. If she didn't do it, then I feel really bad. But, the evidence is just like overwhelming. It would just be so hard to do that with an IP address for 3 years. I just don't even know how that could be done. But, yeah, Katie's sure going to gloat and take a lot of joy in it, and she's going to post everywhere. Her posts to me are just kind of disgusting because in true Katie Joy fashion, she's always going to go way across the line of what anybody else would say. And then I saw on Twitter, she's tagged at Team YouTube again, trying to get the videos about herself taken down. I did want to address that a little bit too, though, the videos that Shannon took down yesterday. See, that looks guilty too, and I hate to keep saying this because I don't know for sure if she did it. But why did she go and she took down like 3 or 4 videos that had to do with her stalker. So the theory batted around on Twitter is she took those down because they didn't coincide with the news story that she told as it pertained to the Laugh Out Loud Cal website. Which, it makes sense to me. Otherwise, why would she go back and take down those old videos? Why would you do that if you haven't done any of the things that people say you have done? It lends you to think that these things that are being alleged could be true, because why else would you go delete those videos? It's just a mess. It's just a hot mess. And I said in one of the comments, I feel really bad for her friends that are feeling really stabbed in the back and dejected. I had a really close friend. I mean, I thought of this woman as my sister. Found out years ago she stabbed me in the back. People were trying to tell me, and I didn't believe them because she was my sister. And then when somebody showed me the absolute proof, I was devastated. And this was, I want to say 5 years ago, and it still hurts. So these things hurt even when they're people that you just know over the internet. It's still hurtful. I hate that anybody's hurting over this big hot mess. My hope would be that she'll come back and either do what she says, show 100% proof that she didn't do this, or she'll come back and say, I did it, it was wrong, I take responsibility for it, I'm going to get some help and do better, and come back to your channel. There's some people saying there's no coming back. I don't believe that. I think you could always make a comeback if you're sincere. See, when Katie would make her comeback, I never felt like it was sincere. And there was a couple times with Katie Joy where I felt like, and you can go back and see the videos, where I felt like she was really in a bad way and people should leave her alone. And she had just fooled me. And then I felt like such a dang fool. But I don't feel that way about Shannon. I feel like she could. Like, she could be sincere and come back. It all comes down to that. Do people think you mean it? Do they think you're sincere? Is it coming from your heart? Or are you just trying to manipulate them? Because nobody wants to be manipulated. Nobody. And there's a lot of people that will manipulate people to get subs and views and money and all that stuff. It just happens all the time. We talked about that in some of the comments. I think it happens a lot more than people realize. Some people, you know, that this YouTube stuff is serious for them. This is their bread and butter, and that's what they live off of. And they're going to do what they got to do to get those subs and views. Then there's, and I'm not trying to preach like I'm a perfect person, because I am far from perfect. But I don't do that. I'll get subs organically or I won't. It is what it is. But I don't have to live off this money. I'm just hoping to build up a retirement fund. That's all. So there's a difference there too. But, you know, I've been told that Shannon has an outside job, so I don't know. But I think all of these things play into it. And I think it played into Katie Joy's whole debacle of the last year, because her money is supporting her entire family. So that's a lot of pressure when you're the only one bringing in money. And this is why I've said, in my opinion, her husband should go to work and take some of the pressure off her. But maybe, you know, it works for them, whatever. But you could see the pressure on Katie during that lawsuit. It was no joke to her that this money was flying out in attorney fees. She can make fun of it now and act like it wasn't a big deal, but if you go back and watch her crying videos, it was a big deal. But I just hate to see Katie gloating like this, but we all knew she would. And I think that's what makes me more mad at Shannon, is that she just handed this over to Katie to be able to do this and gloat and say, I told you so, I told you so. We'll never hear the end of it now. I don't know. Katie, you're not that great of a person that you should be stomping all over Shannon. A lot of the stuff she said was true. You know it. A lot of other people know it. At least that's my opinion, that a lot of what she said about you was true. Oh, it's just a whole big mess, you guys. I feel bad for the ones that got caught up in this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hopefully you know. Hopefully people new to my channel now understood what I meant about the money comments and about the pan-bisexual comments. I hope I made it clear. If not, I'll see you in the comments. We can talk about it. And as usual, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Hold your family close.